Hi, this is Neeraj Jaiswal and welcome to this episode. In this episode, you are going to learn how to basically add the components of the calculator app to the basically the canvas and the scene. So this was the calculator app, and as you can see, this is what will be your end product, where basically you will be adding all the components and the UI elements. Right now the layouts might be a bit different from the whatever the actual calculator looks like. So the first thing in this basically lecture, you are going to add the UI elements. So here are the UI elements, the text basically, and the buttons. All the buttons you are going to add, whichever are required and which are shown in the actual calculator app, as you can see. So all these buttons will be added so that they are ready to be used in the following lectures. So let's get started. We'll first create the project. So we'll be having a 2D project, and the analytics will be off. We'll name the project as calculator, and I'll just selected the keep the location as it is on my side. You can change it as per your requirement wherever you want to save the project, and then go ahead and click on create project. This will create the project. So the project has been created. So the first thing which I need to do is I'll need to create a scenes folder where I am going to save my scenes, and then I'll just select this one and save the scene. I'll name the scene as main. Now save the scene. So the first thing which I need to do is basically add a canvas to this scene. So as you see, as I have added the canvas, the event system also got added, and then I will zoom out so that the scene should fit here. The canvas should fit in the window. Now this area is ready. I can work with it. So let's see what are the things which we need to add. So we'll need one background, and then we need to add the buttons. So let's go ahead and get started. First we'll add one parent panel. This is the parent panel. I'll name this as parent panel. The next thing is to change the color of this panel. We'll set this as this is pure black. We'll decrease the alpha. So we'll give it a slight transparency to this background. Now we'll give a finishing touches later. Next thing is we need to add the buttons. So to add the buttons, we have to see that we have to plan out the layout. So the first thing is we have got 6 rows. So what we can do is we can create 6 panels. Now before going ahead, the parent panel will need to add a layout. Otherwise, it will be the child panel will not get organized and placed as our requirement. There are several layouts which are there. We will be choosing the vertical layout group. Now here, and then we'll add the panel. So next thing is we'll add the button to it. The first row will be the top row. That one basically will be having only the text box. So we'll add the text field here. We'll also, and this panel also, and the parent. Now we'll add one more. The color of the text will be white, and we'll choose base fit. We'll increase the max size to 100. Let's see how it looks. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We'll right align it and we'll base align it. We'll tell you why. Let us first go ahead and add the other panels. So only I'll just duplicate this panel. So this is basically this will be row 1. Here we will be adding buttons instead of the text box. So let's go ahead and add a button. So choose it this way. And we'll keep the color as it is. Now when you duplicate this button, you will see it is occupying the full screen. The reason is panel row 1 doesn't has the horizontal layout which is needed so that it is placed this way. So now the thing is, I'll tell you about the concept of prefab. If I want to reuse this button, I cannot go ahead and create like a doing a duplicate work here. So what I can do is I need to refine this button. One of the button, I'll delete this one. I'll refine this button. I'll go ahead and change the text here. I'll use the best fit and everything is as per my need. I can keep it as 0. And what I'm going to do is I am going to create it as a prefab. So I'll create a prefab folder here. And I'll select it. I'll drag this button here. Now a prefab had been created. So we are going to use this everywhere. I'll delete this here and then I'll just keep on adding the button to this row. So I'll choose the button here. I'll name this button as, this is the first row, so I'm going to name it as C clear button. This one will be plus minus button. I'll name it as toggle button. Clear button by default it should be C. Plus minus button it should be plus slash minus. The next one is percentage. This is percentage button. Then the next button is division. I'll use this for now. So divide button. So to get the division symbol like this, I'll just search the net. So here it is. I'll just copy this and paste it here. This will be the division symbol. Next is, I'll go to the next row, 7, 8, 9. Again, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to duplicate this panel. I'll name it as row 2. This one will be 7, 8, 9. So and I'm going to change the text to 7. This will be num8. Text will be 8. You need to press the enter, otherwise the change doesn't take effect. This will be num9. And the text will be 9. Next, this one will be multiply button, and again we'll search for the multiplication symbol. I'll just search for symbol or other character. Here just can paste it here. We got the multiplication symbol. Then if you want, you can keep the, I removed the rich text to avoid any HTML encodings getting copied, but if you want, you can keep it if it doesn't disturb anything here. So similarly, Next is I'll just duplicate this. I'll change this to row 2 and this one row 3. So in the row 3 it will be 4 5 6. So we'll change the text here 4 5 6 and minus. Let's change the name of the buttons 4 5 6 minus button. Oh, again 4 5 6. Yeah, now this is fine. The next rows are 1 2 3 and plus. So let's duplicate this, call it row 4 and 1 2 3 and plus. The next thing is the text there 1 2 3 and plus. So we have got the operators here. Now coming down to the last row, which is 0 dot and equal to. So let us duplicate this one again. This will be row 5. This will be num 0. This will be dot button. And the last one will be equals. So this we don't need. So this is the, so we have right now we have all the buttons here added. So let's go ahead and change the text here 0. This one will be dot and this one will be equal to. So right now we have all the buttons added. The rest of the things are there. Coloring and layout will be taking up in the next lecture. So happy coding.